Hello friends, welcome to this session of poetry recitation. The poem that I'm going to recite now, its heading is Newport Cliff Walk. Newport Cliff Walk, Fall 2015 in United States. So friends, I am Ratash Gupta, former professor of zoology, head of the zoology department from Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra, India. And as of now, I am in United States while reciting this poem. And you will wonder, again very pleasing for me to tell you, it's a revelation that I composed these poems in the fall of 2015 when I visited my son and daughter who are residing in the United States. Uh, let me give the background just in half a minute of this particular poem. If the heading of this poem is Newport Cliff Walk, Fall 2015, then it's like this. In the easternmost part of United States, there is, you must have heard, New York is there, New Jersey is there, New Hampshire is there, but you must have also heard about Connecticut and Massachusetts. This Rhode Island is an independent state, if I'm not wrong, and a very small, tiny state, perhaps one of the tiniest in United States. It is tucked between Massachusetts and Connecticut, and it is on the seashore. The climate, if say we went by road within a journey of 1 hour, that is after covering say at the most 70 to 80 miles, the climate changed. There the climate was towards, as if we are something feeling in India somewhere in November, or similarly in United States. The climate was that much amusing. It is a port. It is better known as seaport, and on the seaport there are very tiny eruptions of so-called rocky surfaces, and with time those rocky surfaces have turned into cliffs, and the water of seawater is very turbulent, very active, agitating, and because it is a seashore, the winds blow with a high velocity. And I may not be wrong to say that this particular area is the area where for the first time Columbus happened to arrive on the seashore of United States to discover it for the first time, which now today is better known as the New World. Anyhow, so I go ahead with this. Now the poet means me, as I have seen that particular Newport Cliff, and as I walked that Newport Cliff, how did I feel in the fall of 2015, that I am describing in the poetic language. Cliffs are naturally crafted marvels of terrain and topography. Cliffs are naturally crafted marvels of terrain and topography, mostly on stony surfaces beside seashores, maybe on the highest points of brave, naked hilltops. Newport Cliffs are one such alluring structures at Providence State in US Rhode Islands. That means Newport Cliff are a part of Providence, Rhode Islands. Next paragraph. As now I'm describing, as I visited them in the fall, means it was somewhere, I think, September 2015. Our visit to Rhode Island in fall 2015 Cliff has been awesome and inspiring. We walked along the winding cliff walk in a hilarious mood, enjoying the pleasant coolness of winds of September fall 2015. The interface with the continuum of breezy currents made our happiness evenly decorated on our faces. Next, the windows in our bright eyes. The poet is saying that as if there are windows in our eyes. This is poetical way of describing things. So he says, the windows in our bright eyes opened up in a clandestine way. Windows did open, but in a clandestine way. See, beautiful, I tell you this, especially this stranger. The windows in our bright eyes opened up in a clandestine way. So automatic and well coordinated was our engagement with nature that bluish, brilliant sheet of waters appeared as if dancing. The murmuring of the musical notes of distant waves was soft, docile, and inaudible. However, the waves on the moorings were free, frank, fully liberated, and self-assuring. See, those waves which were in the distance, they were silent. However, the poet which saw the waves they were striking the cliffs, those waves, the poet is describing. However, the waves on the moorings were free, frank, fully liberated, and self-assuring. Their rock and roll dance on the facades of diminutive flat rocks was allowed. This hustling of waves today is a sample of an ever going orchestrated dance of time in nature. In the imposing facades of glorious stately mansions behind backdrop. Now I will take just 1 minute. You know, Rhode Island is also famous for mansions. Mansions which are as old, mansion means great, huge bungalows, buildings. One building owned by one person, and he must have been a billionaire, a trillionaire in those days. And there is a huge line of mansions there, very nearby to this cliff. And it's a wonder to see them. Now those mansions are not occupied. But one has to wonder as to how rich those people were, or for that matter, how great taste those people had, that they invested billions and trillions of money in houses to visit only once in a while to the seashore. So now the poet is describing the presence of those mansions. How? In the imposing facades of glorious stately mansions behind backdrop, we discovered royalty and grace of the gone by rich settlers of America. I would say those people who have not visited America are not much aware about this. Say, for instance, even being a professor, I was not knowing that if I say that America is a country of settlers, that is the apt definition of America. So those people who came here and who made those mansions, they were those who came later on after Columbus came here. So the poet is saying, we discovered royalty and grace of the gone by rich settlers of America, prodigy of wealth. See, understand the meaning. Prodigy of wealth, comfort, and mansionly empires was in full attendance when we thus peeped into the past allays of time. Hearts were held in portals of palms. Our hearts were held in the portals of palms. There are a lot of palm trees over there. Last but one stanza. Newport Cliff Walk is the pride of Newport City. Newport City's rich historical past is the heritage of the New England in United States. We marvel at the beauty of this American National Recreation Sanctuary, the pride of proudly and emotional Rhode Island's tiny human population. In Rhode Island, I think only few thousand people are residing there. When you come to this place, one understands as if I am visiting a place, as if it is a relic, but yet well maintained. Rhode Island dwellings are well maintained. But when you go around, you will find some building is made in 17th century, 16th century, 15th century, so on and so forth. Last stanza. We may go around the world. We means poet Sarah, I, or travelers, or anyone who happens to visit Rhode Island, Port Cliffs, Newport Cliffs, then he would say this thing. What? Last stanza. We may go around the world, we may visit all the 7 continents, but we shall always marvel at the huge immensity of past visible in the cliffs of Newport City in United States. Its glory as a natural wonder shall make us always to marvel these beauties of cliffs of Newport City in Rhode Island in United States. Thank you so much.